So this week we're going to focus on exploration and really look at what is voice through exploration. You might not have thought of exploration as being necessarily a technical writing term, but it is one thing that all academics do is they are starting to explore their own subjects and really start to ask the questions of what does this mean? Why does this mean this? How do we know that this means this? And those are the things that I want you to start to really think about when you're reading The Great Gatsby. What are the questions that you want to know? What do you want to ask? What are the things that have never possibly been asked before of this text, even though it's a text that has been read quite a bit? So you really want to start to think about, how do I delve into text? How do I ask those questions? And you'll see in the example that we're going to imitate this week, How Do I Know I'm in Love by Tom Chiarella, who was a professor of mine, is that it really starts to ask those questions within the text. He goes back and forth and asks questions and then gives answers and starts to formulate his own answers to the questions that he's looking at and asking. And so I want you to really pay close attention to that model. How does he use italics? How does he use the questions? How does he kind of figure out the examples that he's using, and start to do that in your own question that you're asking. And one last piece of advice in terms of really looking at exploration comes from his very own article at the very end. He says, you have to craft your very own answer to your very own question. Get close, take a real look, decide. Like the old man told me, you'll almost always be right. There is always an answer. So do that as you start to really look and explore and be bold in your questioning as well as answering those questions.